Hello, everyone. My name is David Riddle, and this is another meditation hour with David. Today's focus is intentionality and how to use it, or intention how to use it. Main focus in one's life is setting goals, setting an intention, setting something to achieve. Today or tonight, I was aiming to pack some things up, and setting that intention, I have slowly begun to pack some things up, but I wanted to take a moment to pause and reflect on some changes that are happening. And if you didn't know, this morning it is the 11th of, it is the 8th of the 11th month, and this morning we had a total lunar eclipse, which symbolizes new beginnings, great change for those who have done the work, and great change for those who have not as well, but in a more negative connotation, as this is something that can release a lot of karma, can release a lot of energies, good or bad, based on what you've done, and sets the mood for the next cycle. So when it comes to an intention, it's similar to that, setting the mood for the next cycle. And with it being a full moon right now, it is very good. Typically, you would set your intention on a new moon, but with the lunar eclipse, setting a new beginnings. Since most people don't live by the lunar cycles, I'd say it's a good time. Just take a moment, reflect on your life, and think about, where do you want to be? What goals, what steps do you need to make to get there? This is where that intention helps motivate us when motivation is not there, because motivation follows action, not the other way around. So I have some stuff to read, or just to help you in the right direction, I guess, when it comes to intentionality. And this will be much shorter. I know I said meditation hour, but with me being in the process of moving, it's going to be a lot shorter than the others, probably 30 minutes, maybe 45. And I apologize for this, but we've been out of the mojo for a little bit when it comes to doing the meditation hours, with exams in the way, me moving, shifts in my life that are good and positive, but not good and positive when it comes to keeping up a schedule. But it's okay. We'll get back on track. So when it comes to your intention, which you don't have to have an intention now, but that's what we're going to be reflecting on, is setting an intention. You want to write it down. And it's this power in writing something physical down. It takes the immaterial and makes it immaterial. It helps you confirm that intention in a way. And you want to state your intentions in the positive. So it's just, for example, you want to speak things in a positive light. So it's like, I don't want any more bad grades. You want to say it, I will find time to study that will bring my grades up. Something like that. You want to read over your intentions before you go into meditation or before you go into a reflective state. It will help set the mood and set it in motion. You want to also surrender your intentions to the universe, so you don't want to try to control how that manifests and, is brought into the light, into the physical realm. And be open to infinite possibilities, because in a world where there's infinite possibilities and infinite possibilities for each choice you make and infinite outcomes, trying to control it won't get you anywhere. It'll just give you lots of anxiety. So with that, it's good to focus on short-term intentions, but also don't forget the long-term. You got to balance both of them. It's kind of like to climb a ladder. No, better analogy. It's like trying to cross a rolling river, and in order to get across, you have just one board, but there's several rocks. So there's a rock here, here, and here. You're not trying to get a board across the entire thing. You just want one board. You want to move that board. Keep going. Small steps. Alright. Hi, Basil. Stay. Stay. She's like, I want to be included. I want to be included. Yeah, I want to be included. Alright. So there's not going to be any affirmations this time. I apologize. Some of my materials are at the other place, so it's a little bit, you're probably like, why aren't you waiting? I wanted to get this show on the road, make sure it gets uploaded by the end of the 8th. Here's to hoping. No, it will happen. It will be uploaded. So we're going to, like I said, I like to run my legs. I like to sit in an upright position, setting an intention, and setting the mood, the vibe, the flow. It also helps the Kundalini flow, which there'll be, I'll talk about Kundalini energy at some point. But for now, we're focusing on intention. Which you don't need to have one yet, but if you do, great. If you do, you want to speak it out, write it down. But if you don't, we're going to be reflecting on that. So I just want you to take a minute. Basil, chip. Take a minute to breathe in and out at your own pace. And out. And out. You want to remember that you are a spiritual being having a physical experience. And out. You can have your eyes open or eyes closed, whatever works more comfortably for you. I like to look around sometimes, feel the altered state of consciousness that comes from oxygenation. And the reflective mindset. And you might be like, David, this is not in depth, that's most real things I know. Well, that's okay. Nothing has to be perfect, it just has to start. Some things that will help you decide what your intention is who do you intend to be? You're already who you intend to be, but how can you make that better? Or solidify and crystallize your path? For me, I really want to focus on my career more, which means I gotta do a lot more reading, critical reflection, spend more time on reflective thought. And in the busyness of today's society, it's really hard to do that. But I like to say, if time is man-made, you can make time for the things that you believe in, and the things that you want to do, and the things that you love. So it is worth my best interest to make time for meditation. Apparently, I need sleep. Even though I got 7 hours today. What steps can you take to get where you want to be? Acknowledge where you are now, but you also want to acknowledge where you want to get to and where you're falling short. But remember to not give yourself too much pressure, because even though pressure crystallizes the coal into the diamond, it also can crush the coal. And so it takes time. And so don't give yourself too much pressure, because you're not going to change overnight. You're just not. That's not how this works. It takes at least 28 days to make a habit. And that takes repetition. And time. Whew. Keep yawning, I'm sorry. Keep getting the urge to say that. Another saying that I like to say is like, even if you read 2 pages every day, every week, that's 14 pages in a week. That's more than you would have had than if you didn't read any pages at all in a book. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to start. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, it just has to start, and you'll start to pick up pace. Motivation follows action, not the other way around. Yeah, you can be motivated to take action, but that usually dwindles down quite rapidly, and that's where discipline comes in. And discipline is the strongest form of self-love. Because you gotta be disciplined when that motivation fails. And it will. And that's okay. That's part of the process. It's a test. Are you dedicated enough? Do you really want this? If yes, keep going. Even when the going gets tough, keep going. Just breathe. At your own pace. Let's go. Now, I know I said I was going to make this shorter, and it's running around 30 45 minutes, but I think I'm going to give myself an act of self-love and grace is going to be shorter than initially said, and I apologize, but I'd really like to get back to packing, get over to the other place, and just settle down for the night. And I really appreciate those who take the time to listen to this. I hope you set an intention that's good for you. I hope you follow suit. And I'm just thankful for your time and energy. And hopefully we'll get back to an hour soon. It's near the edge of the semester. We're in week 12. We're getting there. In today's chaotic societal life, even if it's shorter than you really want, take time to breathe. Take time to self-reflect. Set your intention and focus on it, even if it's for 5 minutes a day. As Basil's pawing me, I realized that it's probably time for a walk. So I hope you have a wonderful night or day, depending on when you're watching this. And take it easy, but take it. See you in the next meditation. Bye.